too. Recording. Yes. We listen, we educate, and we connect you to resources in the community. I know during COVID-19, things have changed, business practices have changed, and we are here to support you in any way we can. Feel free to send us a Facebook message. Feel free to reach out to us in any other way. Our phone number is 931-221-1370. So we're here for you. Now, Carla Keene, thank you so much for being here with us. Before we get into the presentation, can you tell me a little more about yourself and how you became connected with the UT-TSU Extension Office?
Okay, yes, I have been in Montgomery County for 22 years now. It was 22 years in September. And I came to Tennessee from Missouri after I had received my bachelor's in horticulture and agronomy. And I wanted to work with extension in Missouri, but you had to have a master's degree, and I just simply couldn't afford that. And I realized that in Tennessee, you could come into extension work with a bachelor's degree and then work to earn your master's degree. And so that's what I did. It took several times of coming down here to interview. And I finally landed the job. Mr. John Bartee was very instrumental in getting me here to the county. And so I've been here for 22 years. I started out doing 4-H and adult agriculture, and now I work 100% with TSU, and that's 100% horticulture, where I do horticulture in small farms. So that can range from home garden tomato problems to commercial vegetables to tree care, landscape, lawns, oh, the whole thing. So, but I do have a family here. We raised our kids. I call them extension babies. I have 2 daughters and a son and 9 grandchildren. And we love our chickens, as you can see in the background.
Yes.
And we love gardening. We have our own little homestead. I've got 18 acres out in the Fredonia area. And so 18 acres is a lot to manage, when people start thinking about a small farm. And so we do, just a little bit of hay. I've been dabbling in hemp production just for myself, because I think you've got to do it yourself in order to be able to teach others, how to grow something.
Yeah.
And so I'm planning on going into more market gardening and high tunnel production myself in the next couple of years. So.
Perfect. So if you don't mind, let's get to the presentation that we've been waiting for. And we may get some questions on Facebook along the way, and I'll make sure we answer those. We let you know about those questions so you can answer them for us.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Lauren. I really appreciate being asked to be here today. It's an honor to be able to speak to everyone. And as we said, I do work for UT-TSU Extension in Montgomery County. Now, that is a joint program. We are cooperative extension, which means that we work with the University of Tennessee, which is based out of Knoxville, and Tennessee State University, which is based out of Nashville. And so we do have agents in all 95 counties in Tennessee. In Montgomery County, we have a fairly large office. And so we have, people that can work with you individually, like a horticulturist and an A&R agent and such like that. A lot of counties may only have 2 agents. We're lucky we have 12, I believe it is. So, but I wanted to talk to you about how to find the information, and then we'll go into who to contact at the local extension office. Now, first of all, I think it's important that you bookmark this page. Okay, this is our main UT Extension website. And when you go onto this page, you might want to write down that email, or you can always Google UT Extension, but make sure you put the extension part on there so that you reach the correct website. And so, as you can see here, this will be our opening page. We have on the dashboard here, you can see the areas that we work with, 4-H youth development, agriculture and natural resources, community economic development, and family and consumer sciences. And so when you get on this page, when you click on any of those, it's going to lead you to more information about those programs and how to contact extension agents in your county. Um, our office is located at 1030 Cumberland Heights Road, and that's Suite A. If you're mailing us anything, make sure you put that on there so it gets it to us. You can reach any of our agents by calling the main number, 931-648-5725. And right now we are in what is called an alternative phase. And so half the staff is in the office one week, and then the next week we'll be working remotely from home. So there's always somebody in the office, but it's always good to call first before you come out to see me, you know, because like this week is my off week and I'm at home, I'm working at home. But all our calls, you call the office and that's sent to our cell phones. So we still are actively working even though we are from home. We are taking appointments. We can set up appointments to meet with people and sit and talk. I've been doing a lot more home visits, farm visits, you know, to make sure that we keep that direct connection with our farmers and gardeners in the community. So back to the website. I think my slides got out of order just a little bit. So back to the main website. As I mentioned, you can click on when you click on this About tab and you see the items that it brings up. If you click on Local County Offices, that's going to lead you to a page which you see in the bottom part of your screen, and you can click on the county, or just down below this, it lists all the counties by name, and you can just click on that and it will lead you to their county webpage, and that tells you who to contact, whether you're looking for agriculture, natural resources, 4-H, FCS, or, you know, some other program, some other question. So that's how you contact your local extension agents. Montgomery County, when you go to our website, this is what your first page, the main page will look like. And as you can see, again, across that dashboard, we have different links that you can click for more information. My information is under the horticulture tab. And so when you would click on horticulture, that's going to lead you to information about consumer horticulture and our Master Gardener program. It will also link you to our Beginning Farmer Outreach program and the Master Gardeners and other programs that we would be offering. So that's where you're going to find me and my small farm programs, is right under horticulture. Now, agriculture, that's going to take you to more traditional agriculture like row crops, tobacco, livestock, and forages. And we'll give you the information on which agents to contact there. And the same thing for family, that would be family and consumer sciences. And then, of course, you've got the 4-H link there also. So that's a good way to get in touch with us, is to keep update. With that website, we do have a calendar page where we list our events and activities. Let's see. Boy, I did get out of order this morning for some reason. Now this is back to, I'm sorry. This is back to the main UT website, where when you go in, that opening page, you would click on Agriculture and Natural Resources. And that will bring up another page where you have all these little boxes to choose from. And when you click on agriculture, business, economics, and entrepreneurship, you're going to see the information about our Manage program and those folks that can help you develop a business plan, develop a farm plan, help you with your budgeting, which is very important if you're just starting a business. You know, developing that business plan first is something that we always recommend. And we do that to help, you know, save you from making so many mistakes. And so business plan, and then you go into your production systems. And so as you can see the links there, we do have commercial horticulture, we have crop production systems, leadership development, a lot of different topics there. Residential and consumer horticulture, that is where you would go to find your basic gardening information and more information about the Master Gardener program. So when this link is live, you would just click on those tabs and it will open up another page and take you to that information. As I said, we are cooperative universities, and so TSU is actually the university that I work for. They signed my paycheck, and that's Dr. Ligari there. He is our Dean of Agriculture at the university. And so along the left-hand side of the page, you can see there are tabs where you can click on to get more information about those programs. And through the Tennessee State University, we have our new Farmer Academy. And so you can see the tab down here, our Small Farm Expo that we usually have. Well, traditionally had been in July. This year we had it in September. So everything changed a little bit with COVID. But I would bookmark these sites on your computer, and that way you can go back to them easily. You will also find a contact list. It doesn't show on this picture. I did some screenshots, but it doesn't show all of your tabs that you would be able to click on. So, but that's how you find us at TSU. And I just wanted to, let people know that that we do cooperate. Most of our extension agents that you see are University of Tennessee, and we're, TSU agents are housed in offices that are supported by the University of Tennessee. And so it doesn't really matter whether we're a UT agent or a TSU agent, we're there to help you. As I mentioned earlier, wait a minute. As I mentioned earlier, we do have agents in every county of Tennessee. We don't have TSU agents in quite all the office because it's a smaller system. But you can see by the areas marked in blue that those are the counties that have TSU agents on staff along with the UT agents. So we are represented in every county across the state. Now, the programs that we specialize in fall into 4 different categories: and agriculture and natural resources, 4-H youth development, community and economic development, and family and consumer sciences. So my area, or the agents that work with farmers and gardeners, that's going to be under A&R. But if you're interested in 4-H youth development for your kids, you can contact us. And then we all do a lot of community and economic development. That's all a part of what we do. We're helping farmers, make better decisions, make better financial decisions, make decisions on how they're taking care of their land and managing their crops. And so that's all a part of community and economic development. And then, of course, family and consumer sciences, those are going to be your food and nutrition folks, help you with your canning and other items like that, parenting classes and such. So I just wanted to do an overview of the Montgomery County staff. Our county director is Rebecca Norman, and Miss Rebecca is an A&R agent, and she mainly handles livestock and forages. And so one reason I'm going over this is because it's important to know who to contact in your office. Usually when you call, somebody will answer the phone and you just tell them what your question is about, and they'll send you to the right agent. But this might help to clarify it a little bit because we all have our different backgrounds and specialties. So Ms. Rebecca covers our A&R, livestock and forages. We have a program called FNEP, Expanded Food Nutrition Educational Program. And our program assistants there would be Shalise Ogburn and Beverly Shepard. And we have Mr. Rusty Evans. Mr. Rusty's been there for over 40 years now. He is our 4-H and adult agriculture agent. And so he works with the 4-H animal projects mainly. And he also works with our farmers on more traditional agriculture with the row crops, tobacco, and some traditional forestry. Ms. Kavina Green and Esther Waddy are both 100% 4-H agents. And so they do our 4-H youth development, both in the schools, and we do have a virtual program for that now too. So if you have youth that want to be involved, you can catch up with them and get signed up for 4-H. Tamara Ajay is our Family Consumer Sciences agent. And so she conducts the trainings basically for families. We even get into parenting classes, but canning, other education, you know, how to finance your home. I mean, making a budget and sticking to it, things like that is what they teach through their classes. And something that may be of interest to some entrepreneurs out there is that we have a commercial kitchen in our office. And so if you have a product, a food product that you are willing, need to test out and are thinking about going to the stores with, please contact Tamara Ajay or myself, and we can get you set up on using the kitchen there to make your product. Now it is for, like I said, entrepreneurs. It's for you to come in, make your product, package, seal it, and take it to the stores. So there's certain things that we can do and certain things that we can't. So if you have questions.
So quick question for you, Carla.
Yes.
Is there a fee for using those services, for using the commercial kitchen, or how does that work?
Yes, there is a small fee, and I'm not going to quote the fees because Tamara may have changed them at this point, but there is a base fee for using the kitchen. We do give you several opportunities to practice because our equipment is going to be different than what you have at home. And so we'll give you some free days, and then when you're actually approved by USDA or the Tennessee Department of Agriculture for your product, and are ready to sell, you know, then there is a charge for use of the kitchen, but it's very, very minimal. It's very minimal. Okay, and then myself, you already know me, and then our secretaries, our admin support, Debbie Appleton and Martha Wisdom. Of course, we could not do our jobs without them. And we have a wealth of volunteers who work with us, both in 4-H and, you know, with the Master Gardeners and in different areas, the family, FCE, Family Community Educators. So we have a lot of volunteers that help us do our job because we just, you know, as one person, you know, we can't meet everybody's needs, but we have volunteers and we have our co-workers, and, you know, we don't mind working across programs. You know, like our agriculture and FCS, we can work together now because we can teach, I can teach you how to garden, you know, Tamara or some of our other program assistants can teach you how to harvest, can, and preserve those foods. So we do work hand in hand, even though we all have our own background specialty, if that makes sense. So our agents live and work in every county of Tennessee. They help people solve problems and wish to help them lead richer, fuller lives. We are the two-way link between Tennesseans. Basically, we are the arm of the university. The extension are your boots on the ground, your feet on the ground. We are the ones that go out and actively teach in the community. Whatever your background is, whether it's a gardener, a farmer, you know, like a family consumer science, you know, we work hand in hand together. So we reach both our rural audiences, and we have our university specialists. We have scientists that we refer to and learn from all the time, and they help us do our programs. But ultimately, education is Extension's goal. We don't regulate anything. A lot of times we get people, you know, that think that, you know, we're in charge of pesticide certification or different things like that. And it's like, no, we can educate you to take that test, but we're not going to go out and check on people like if you're spraying your lawn and you don't have a charter. You know, it's not going to be us that comes get you. It's going to be TDA.
I have a quick question for you from Facebook.
Okay.
Does a farmer have to have insurance on crops to apply for services and qualify for resources?
Well, that depends. To use our resources, you don't have to be, you just have to be a farmer, and you have to have or a person that's interested in farming. For certain programs that help farmers and help beginning farmers get on their feet, like through our USDA Service Center, the Farm Services Agency. Now, if you were going to apply for programs like that, then you would have to have a farm ID number. Having a business license is always a good thing, and being bonded and insured. And so, you know, we can work to help you find the people that you need to get registered with.
Okay.
Okay. Did that answer the question, or did I go?
Thank you so much.
Okay. As I mentioned earlier, our extension program is statewide. It's funded by the federal, state, and local governments. Most of us work, you know, part of our pay comes from the state and part of it comes from the county. So we are obligated, you know, to do our county programs and meet the needs of those in our county. But many of us are involved in programs that reach our audiences statewide. So let's see, I already talked about that. USDA is, you know, one of our stakeholders, one of our colleagues, and we do work very closely with the USDA Farm Services Agency, and they have their grant systems and loan programs and other types of like the EQIP program or land conservation. I'm trying to think of them, some of them right now, that you might be able to apply for on your land. So, but our mission is to help people improve their lives through an educational process that uses scientific knowledge to address those issues and needs. You know, just a little bit about 4-H. Most people would know 4-H probably from in-school clubs. Well, with COVID especially, we've kind of gotten away from as many in-school clubs. Some schools still will let them in and to do their educational programs, but a lot of this is after school through specific project groups. And so it's just a program to develop their life skills to their fullest. Everything we do is going to be building on those life skills that you need to survive. The youth actively participate in activities, events, and projects, and 4-H is open to everyone. So each county has exciting, fun programs. We do a lot, I'm speaking for the 4-H agents, with the horse program. They have a horse group. They have a 4-H gardening group. They have done forestry groups. So I don't know all of them because that's not in my position, but I do work closely with the 4-H agents, and they do offer a lot for our youth in the community. And then, of course, our agriculture and natural resources programs, that is where you're going to look for gardening, farming, livestock, all those programs that I mentioned earlier is going to be under A&R. And these are some areas these are our focus areas: business development, commercial horticulture, crop production systems, environmental stewardship, leadership development, livestock and forage systems, residential consumer horticulture, and then value-added agriculture. So those are the areas that we work with, and we have to do what's called an IAA, Individual Action Plan, which used to just be a plan of work. And so we focus on these areas. But we don't have to stay within those boxes. If something else comes up, we still have time to kind of step outside of the box and do different programs based on the needs of our audience. The family and consumer science, you know, health, home, family, food, money. They teach all these types of skills that are needed. And this is more for adults. FNEP, I believe, tends to tends to target the youth audiences and the families that really need the help. So what can farmers and gardeners do to learn more or do more at this time of the year? We are well into November, and so a lot of our programs are kind of winding down and coming to an end, and we'll start back up in January full force. But many of our programs are virtual learning, and we plan to continue that into 2021. As long as there are COVID restrictions and those risks for meeting face-to-face, we would rather you learn from home. Lorna and I were speaking of that earlier, that sometimes it's better just to learn from the comfort of your home. We'll do a live presentation, and then what I usually do is I will record the live presentation and I'll put it up on one of our Facebook sites. And which, excuse me, which the UT TSU Montgomery County Facebook is the one that I usually load up our videos to. We do have a beginning farmer outreach program Facebook page, and so I just try to put that information out there so you can go back and watch it on your own time. But when you look into this next year, many of our programs are going to have to be virtual. At our county office, we can safely seat about 15 people. And so we have been talking about maybe some of our programs, you know, for those who don't have good internet access, we would allow those to sign up and grab a seat on site, face to face, but we would also be doing a Zoom meeting at the same time so that other people can Zoom from another location. So, and that is just, you know, to protect all of our health and our well-being. And I have posted my email up there, and it's just first letter, my first name, and then my last name, kkeene@utk.edu. And if you will just email me and let me know what your interest is. Are you interested in farming? And what do you want to farm? Because if it's livestock or row crops, I'm going to send your name on to one of my other colleagues. If you're interested in more of the small farming, a niche market, maybe you've got 10 acres or less, and you want to do a market garden, or you're just doing a home garden. Now those things would all fall under me, and I can put you on an email group list, and then you will get notifications when we do have programs that you might be interested in. So please contact me, and we'll get you on those lists and make sure that you're receiving the information that you need about the programs that we offer.
We have another question for you, Carla.
Okay.
Is there a way for farmers and gardeners to network through those Facebook pages?
Well, yes. I tell you, I haven't done a lot of Facebook Live myself, but once you get on those pages and you like our page, you will see conversations, the questions that come in. I try to answer a lot of the general gardening questions and such like that. So there is an interaction on those pages. I'm not going to say that we're going to be live every day. But yes, if you post a question in there or send a message, I will definitely get back to you. And then if you participate in one of our programs, you know, like I've been doing Wacky Wednesdays. I started that just this month. Wacky Wednesdays, Home Garden Lunch and Learn. And so while you're on that session, you have the opportunity to interact with everybody. I usually give a short presentation and then open it up for questions and answers. Usually there's maybe 20 people on there. And so you can interact directly or through the chat box. And basically that's why we've been trying to interact with people. Now, I do want to let people know, I do conduct home visits and farm visits. So you would need to call me at the extension office. Like if you've just bought a piece of property and you're just overwhelmed on what to do, you can contact me and I can come out and start helping you lay out a plan on how to manage that land and help you designate areas. You know, where are you going to put the cattle? Where are you going to put the garden? You know, or if you're putting in an orchard, different things like that. So we can kind of help you with designing your farm.
Let me ask you another question about that. Is there a fee included in that, or how does that?
Nope, your tax dollars at work.
Perfect. Thank you. So they'll just have to reach out to you, and anyone can do that.
Yes, anybody can contact the extension office. You know, we offer our programs to everybody. And we want you to call. And, you know, we want you to talk to us before you jump into something or plant 100 blueberry plants and not have your soil right and not have a market. You know, we want to get with you and work those things out first so that you don't fail, because we want everybody to succeed.
So let me ask you a question while we're on this topic. What you would say what are the top 2-3 questions you usually receive from beginner farmers and farmers that are growing their crop?
Okay. One of the first questions we get is, do you have money? What grants can I apply for? Or what money do we have? Extension doesn't have any money.
Okay.
Unless we're working on a grant program. Now, there have been times, you know, if we have grant funds and, you know, we might be able to help you attend conferences, give you a waiver to attend like the Small Farmers Academy, things like that. But we can help you work with, for example, the Tennessee Department of Agriculture. They have a cost diversification program, and that is open 1 week of the year, the first week of October. And so if you have been farming for a couple of years, you've been filing your Schedule F, have a little history behind you, then you could apply for that program. And let's say you want to buy a greenhouse. Now, if you qualify for the program and you attend certain educational sessions, you can get 35 to 50% of your money reimbursed for something that you needed on your farm and was going to buy anyway. And so like irrigation equipment, you know, there's just a number of things. If you're into agritourism, you can build small buildings, shelters, like if you're hosting kids to come onto your farm and you need a shelter, an area to teach, you can get funds for a building, hand washing facilities. There's just numerous things that you can apply for. And we kind of help you get together with the right people, okay? And then, you know, that's usually the first thing. And then is, you know, how do I get started? And that's the questions that I like to hear. How do I get started? Well, come in and let's sit down and we're going to talk. And then we'll go through the basic steps of the things that you need. And I work very closely with Iris Swee. Well, I guess she's Iris Ogburn now. She got married, who is our managed specialist. Now, she is ACEs on business, okay? Finances, budgeting, business plan. And so I think we work very well together because she has that kind of brain and I have the production brain. I'm more get out in the dirt, in the mud, and help you manage your crops, diseases, insects, and such like that. So you got to have, you know, you've got to get together with the right people in your office and make that plan. And then I guess, you know, everything is just seasonal. Beginning of the season, there'll be a lot of gardening questions, soil testing. You know, how do I get my soil tested? How often do I soil test? Questions like that we get very often. Had a lot of questions about cover cropping this year, and a lot of questions just about home gardening. That has definitely increased in interest over this year. A lot of people being stuck at home, quarantine, COVID, all that. And so many people have learned the importance of food, you know, and being able to raise your own food or being able to connect with those local farmers has also been very important this year. But, you know, it goes seasonally, what questions that we get. you know,
Thank you. Those are all
okay.
great. Yeah, those are all great. Thank you so much. Our time is winding down.
Okay.
Do you have any other information you think we need to know about?
No, I think this was my last slide. And yes, just please contact us. And like I said, whether you're interested in farming, gardening, or 4-H and family consumer sciences, contact us and we're here to help. And, you know, especially right now during COVID, we can offer a lot of information. You know, a lot of people had concerns, you know, about going on farm or how to, you know, do a U-pick operation during COVID. How do you manage those things? What's safe and what is not safe? And so, yeah, just contact us. We're here to help.
Great. I have one more question for you. Is there guidance that the UT Extension Office can provide as it pertains to taxes for agricultural purposes? Is there someone
Yes.
we can speak to about that?
Yes, we can give basic recommendations. Now we're not able to, you know, recommend an accountant or anything like that, but Iris Ogborn would be the person to call with tax information.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. I want to thank you again today, Ms. Carla Keene from the UT TSU Extension Office, for your time today. You are so knowledgeable, and every time I have questions about agriculture, as you know, I'm like, Carla, what's this? What's that? You're always gracious in answering those questions. You are so knowledgeable, and I'm hoping those listening now and those who may be listening to the recording later or watching the recording later will take some time to reach out to the UT TSU Extension Office. And before they get started would be great, but if they've already started the process moving forward, you can still be a great support system for them. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
Paula, I'm wishing you a great rest of the year. Happy Thanksgiving and stay safe.
All right, thank you very much. And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.